All right, guys, and welcome back to this YouTube channel. And I want to say thank you for always showing up. So, in this video, I just want to discuss with you. Basically, I want to take you by hand and show you through the stages of the 2024-2025 GCUB application process. It is no longer a news that Brazil government is graciously giving out more than 700 masters and PhD scholarship to international students around the world. So this video is just to guide you through the application process, what you need to do, how you need to do it, be one of the recipients. I'm just going to be sharing my screen with you so that we can do this together. However, one thing is important. The application process is not the type that you can start and pause and maybe you're going to return back to it later on. Once you start, there will be need for you to finish it so that you can submit. Okay, so if you start today, if you think you can start today, then maybe submit tomorrow. It is not going to be possible. So once you start today, that means you have to submit it today. So what that means is that you have to get all your application documents ready. Mind you, if you don't have the original transcripts, you can use your student's copy of transcripts. Also, another important information is that the law does not specifically state that people with HND not apply. So you can also try and apply. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you now. Let's do that. Application process has 6 phases, starting from phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and to 6. And each of the phases or each of the stages requests for different information. But the first one is asking you for your personal information, which I don't need to dwell too much on this. So I believe everybody, we all know how to put our personal information, your name. The application, the language is in English, Portuguese, and French, and in Spanish. English, Portuguese, French, and Spanish. Okay, but if you are from English speaking country, just be looking for English words. Okay, for example, here we have name, nombre, nome, prenom. Okay, so but because we are doing this video in English, so we're just going to be concentrating on English. So name, the next one, sex, full address, date of birth, email. If you have more than one email, then you can put in those. Then we have your phone number. Then we have country. We have your passport or your any identity that you have. Then the country where it was issued. Then we also have, this is where you're going to upload your identity card. If you are using your passport, preferably I would suggest you should use your passport. But if you don't have your passport, you can also use driving license. So the driving license has a digit that is specific to you. You can also use that one. But when it is time for you to travel to Brazil, of course, definitely there will be need for you to get a passport. Okay. So in the case of emergency, who can they contact from Brazil? You write the number here. Okay. So we have degree of relatedness, you and the person. Is he your brother, your sister, your mom, dad, whatever it is? So having done that, let's go to the next one. Okay, in the next one, the next stage of the application process is about language. Now let me quickly put this one straight to you, that this application process is not the usual one where you can decide to rest along the line. So if you don't have all the document that is required, don't start, because once you start, you are expected to submit. Okay, so once you start and you get to number 6, make sure you attest, then click submit. Otherwise it is not going to store. There is nothing like a store, and I will come back to it later. Okay. All right, so having said that, we have this stage is about language, which the first language that you are fluent in. The second one, then you're going to choose the degree, pick the language. For instance, English. For instance, my first language is Portuguese. Now, what is my fluency level? So I can pick my second language that I'm fluent in is English.
My third language that I'm fluent in is the third one is Portuguese. The fourth one is Portuguese. The fifth one is Portuguese. So other language that you are fluent in, so you can just put in there. So the next one is information about your higher education, your tertiary education. So here the diploma, certificate of completion of university studies carried out. Okay, so that's your BSc, and if you have HND, you can also try, but it is not clearly stated anywhere that HND should not apply. If you have an HND and you have a compelling SA1 and SA2, you should be able to get it. Okay, so having done that, let's go to the beg your pardon. So you're going to put in your BSc here, your first bachelor degree. Then the second one is your master's degree. Upload diploma, certificate of completion of university studies carried out. That is the master's. That is if you are applying for masters, you must upload this. Okay, if you are applying for PhD, you must upload this and this. Okay. So they said upload diploma, certificate of completion of university studies carried out. So doctorate. So, and if you have finished your PhD, you want to come to Brazil as a professor, you can also upload your PhD results here. So having done that, the next one here is where you're going to attach the academic transcript. This is where you're going to attach your academic transcript. So once you are done, click attestation. Let's go to the next stage. So in the next stage, they just want you to input your professional information. So what is your profession? I'm a teacher, for instance. I'm a teacher. So what is the name of your school? The name of my school, Brookstone University. Oh my goodness. Brookstone University. Okay, so in which country? Okay, so it's in Angola. All right, so admission, when were you admitted? So you're going to do that. Are you a professor in a higher education establishment? Yes or not? You do that. If so, state the type of institution you work for. Okay, is it public? Is it private or other? State it. Like other if it's an NGO or whatever. Okay, so here you have to write a brief description of your roles and responsibilities. Okay, what do? You teach students, you prepare lab manuals, you take students in lab sections. Whatever it is that you do, put them here. Okay, thereafter upload your curriculum vitae, your CV. Let it be uploaded here. So here there is an information for somebody that has finished his or her PhD already. It said for university professors, proof of affiliation with a higher education institution when applicable. So if I have my ID card of Brookstones University, I need to upload it right here. Okay, moving on, let's go to the next stage. The next stage is about the choice of university that you want to go for in Brazil. There is an instruction that candidates can apply up to 5 universities from different regions of Brazil. Now we are entering into the nitty-gritty of this application process. Now it is expected of you to choose 5 different universities, and it is expected of you to submit 2 different essays. The first one is called essay 1, the second one is called essay 2. Okay, so you are expected to submit 2 different essays. Okay, and the essay 1 must contain academic expectations, your interests, professional expectations, prospects upon returning to your country, your home country. And your essay 2 is a justification of the program that you have selected in essay 1. You want to do medicine, for instance, why do you want to do that? Then the central theme of your research problem. What are your research problem? What is the central theme? So what is the delimitation and justification of the object of study? Then you have to do a bibliographic review, methodological process, timeline, bibliographic references. Okay, so all of these all put together must not be more than 4,000 words. Okay, so these two essays is what they are mainly going to use to assess you. So make sure that it stand out. After you are done writing it, give it to people to help you proofread for error, for what you are supposed to add or what you're supposed to remove. Okay, it is very, very important because I feel this is what they are going to use to assess you, in fact, beyond your previous degree. Your essay one, if it is very compelling, I can bet it with you that you're going to secure a place. Okay, so moving on, after you are done crafting your essay, so this is where you are going to pick your university. So here you can see list of universities that are available in Brazil for this. Some universities are not actually here. Some universities in Brazil you will not find them on this list. It is because maybe they are not open for for admitting students in this course. Okay, so but just look for let me say this, it is important for you to do a background check. If you have somebody in Brazil, you can ask them, please, what is the acceptance rate of the university where you are studying? Ask them for their opinion, their perspective about the university. What I've noticed is that a lot of people, they just want to go to the south of Brazil. They want to go to Sao Paulo, they want to go to Rio de Janeiro, they want to go to Santa Catarina, some places in the south. Okay, as these places are actually good, but there is high competition. So because of this, there's usually low acceptance rate. Okay, so I would advise you that if you want to pick a university, make sure you do your thorough background check. Okay, so once you are done picking the university, you just come here and select the course that you want to, that you would like to do. For example, if I pick UN, let me see if I can see my school here, which is my school is the best university in the whole of north of Brazil. I'm not making out because some people might be thinking, this guy can make my blah, blah, blah. Now I'm not making out. Okay, so we have my school, Universidade Federal do Pará. Okay, so my school is from here. So you can select what course do you want to do. So this thing, you might experience this kind of delay, but just don't worry, you can load it back. It's because of the internet. Okay, so from this there should be a drop down of the courses that are available in UFPA. Then pick, you can see it is here, so you can just pick the one you want to do. You can pick doctorado, you can pick, if it is masters you want to do, pick for mestrado. Okay, all right, so once you are done picking the school and the course, upload your essay 1 here and upload your essay 2. That's all, and you're going to repeat the same for the 5 different schools. Okay, and that is that about this particular stage of the application. Don't forget, I told you some universities have high competitiveness, so don't dwell too much in that. In fact, there is an instruction that you should look at the different regions in Brazil, so you don't just concentrate in one region. Don't just go and pick like 2 schools within the same region because you just want to go to the south. You pick like 5 different universities just in Sao Paulo. Anyways, you might be lucky and you might get one, but it is not advisable. Right now, let's move to the last stage of the application process, proximal. Okay, so the last stage is where you're just going to sign attestation that all of this thing has been done, just for you to cross-check and ensure that all the information you've provided are actually right. So it says, before submitting the form, make sure you have attached all the documents required for the application. Okay, so I would like to also add this: if you don't have your transcript yet, if you have the student copy, it is acceptable. I have friends. I have friends here that used student transcripts and student copy. I beg your pardon. That used student copy, and when they were accepted, I think that was when they look for how to get the original transcripts. Okay, so your student's copy of transcript is accepted. Okay, so make sure make sure you attach all the required applications. So once you are done there, you can click I attest that I am in good health, physical and mental, to carry out postgraduate studies. Okay, so once you are done, then you can send. Once you are done doing that, then you can send, and that is the end of the application process. Get that through this through this opportunity, you can actually move, you can relocate with your family to Brazil, and I believe it's a very good opportunity. Don't sleep on this, don't miss out. Try to share it with people, and please like this video. I want you to like the video.
All right, so thank you so much for your time, and I'm wishing you best of luck in your application. See you in the next video. Ciao.